Hey guys, finally a new video on my channel. The last one has been post Ironman South Africa, and now I will show you what I have been up to until today. The recovery after the Ironman was quite bumpy. Philip and I, we both catch the virus while we are still in South Africa. That obviously put us into bed for a few days, but as soon as I got back home, I felt like now I'm finally getting where I want to, felt better, started to move again. And then unfortunately, I caught a bacterial infection. So that put me back into bed. I had high fever again. And I don't even know how many days I spent in there. Something I'm definitely not used to. I think I now had more illnesses than I had in the last previous 10 years maybe. So that cost a lot of fitness. It did cost a lot of training time, obviously. But we were really hopeful that we could turn things around again with going up to St. Moritz for a 3-week training block. So we went up to St. Moritz, a place that feels like a second home to us, and it was still winter up there. The lakes were still covered with ice, and there was still a lot of snow on the trails and up in the mountains. But you could also see first signs of spring, and it was just great to be back and to also get back into a training structure. We started, with an acclimatization, did a lot of easy, more volume-orientated training. Due to the weather, it was still a mixture of indoor and outdoor training. I did some rides up in St. Moritz when it was warm enough, but we also used the opportunity to drive down to Italy. It's only a 40k drive when you go down Maloja Pass to Chiavenna, and down there it's another climate zone. It's like 300 meters high, so it's basically like home but a little bit warmer. It was spring there. I could ride in shorts. We used the opportunity to do some speed running down there. It's just that little bit easier if you have more air available, and I was still struggling a bit with my lungs, so that was quite helpful just to get back into the swing of things and to feel like I'm actually, being able again to work towards a goal and to work towards fitness. I did some great rides down there. You can use just the area between Chiavenna, Tirano, or you could even go to Lake Como. There's some beautiful riding that we did. And then obviously I also used the opportunity to get some of the pass climbs in. I climbed back Maloja Pass to St. Moritz, which is beautiful. It's a long climb. Obviously, those climbs are really cool to get some strength back into the legs. And I also climbed Bernina Pass from Tirano. It's a beautiful and long climb. I needed a pickup at the top as descending was still a little bit too cold for me, or you just need so many different clothes if you actually want to ride a loop with climbing up and descending down. So that, in my opinion, it was still a little bit too early for that. But we really tried to use the different options we had available to have a great mixture of training. So I did a lot of bike training. That felt good to get back into up in St. Moritz. I also enjoyed the running. It's a classic to run around the lake. The path around the lake is always in pretty good shape. So even though if it's still snowing, you can run there. I did some treadmill running in the gym, and then the runs down on the track in Chiavenna. It's a beautiful track. You have the mountains that are still snow covered in the background, and it's definitely something that's really enjoyable, and you can then go into the city and enjoy some Italian snacks, pizza, gelato, cake, whatever You know, the Italians, they're great in food. So yeah, that was really cool to do. And yeah, I also started to see some progress in my training, and that really helped me, you know, to also be happy and be in a good mood. So I had 2 great weeks with a lot of volume, a lot of swim focus, a lot of bike focus, and some great run sessions. And I started to feel a lot better. And then, unfortunately, I got sick again, this time a stomach bug. Yeah, fever again, straight into bed for several days, and I could not really eat and drink much. I lost around 3 to 4 kilograms, which is quite a lot for me, to be honest, and nothing I actually want to. And yeah, it left me really weak and powerless. So we decided it's the best thing to cut the camp short, go back home, you know, leave high altitude, as this is definitely something that puts additional stress onto the body. So we went back home. Unfortunately, I was very sad about the whole thing. It's never great when things don't go according to your plan or wishes, but I guess this is life. And yeah, over the last few weeks, I have been quite unlucky, you can say, but yeah, there's not much more that what I can do than accept it, be patient with my body, get back into, you know, feeling powerful, and do the homework that needs to be done to get back into full fitness and health. And the original plan was to race the PTO European Championship in Ibiza. That was in my mind when I was, you know, training in St. Moritz. I was hopeful that I could use this camp to turn things around and, you know, get back into a shape where I feel like it makes sense to race against the best. Obviously, it's a stacked field in Ibiza. But unfortunately, I came to the conclusion that it doesn't really make sense at the moment for me. I don't feel like I can push my body to the limits, and that's something I have to do if I go there and race the best in the world. And yeah, sometimes it takes courage to make a step back, and that's what I'm doing. I step back. I will focus on training because this is what my body needs at the moment. I need consistent training to get back to where I want to be. And especially if I look over, you know, the season as a big picture, there are so many more great and big races that are coming up, and Challenge Roth is one of them. And in order to perform well at those races, I need to tick some different boxes now, and it's not racing. And it does hurt, as I really wanted to race in Ibiza. I think it's a great racing opportunity. It looks like an amazing course, obviously great competition. It's hard to miss out on this one, but hopefully it will make sense, for the rest of the season. So yeah, thanks for watching this update. I know it's probably not what you wanted to see or hear, but it's part of life and part of this game, being a professional athlete. And yeah, hopefully you can follow me along, and I will show you lots of great training back home, because this is what I will focus on for the next weeks.